All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 5 Minutes of Math. And this is the homework for the evening of Wednesday, January 3rd, 2018. All right, so if we're looking at this, there's two goals for number 30, to read a graph and identify some inequalities. So there's my interpretation of that graph that's in that book. So we have some sports and the number of injuries, okay? So it's asking us different questions about the graph. So can you identify the sport where, and for the first part, more than 150,000 children were injured? So let's look at that line, and it says 150,000. Remember, reading that bottom is times 1,000. So 150,000. And with all the sports past that are bicycling, basketball, and football. The second part of this looks to see are the where sports where there's at least 75,000 children injured. So here's our green line between 50 and 100 at 75,000. And the sports that include more injuries than that are all sports except skateboarding. Skateboarding only has 0 to 50,000 injuries associated with it. Every other sport has more than 75,000 children injured. All right, so part C is looking at the sports with fewer than 100,000 injuries. If you notice, our green line is right at 100,000, and there are three sports that fit that bill: baseball, softball, soccer, and skateboarding. Okay? So now it says compare the number of soccer-related injuries and football-related injuries. You see those two green boxes? Okay, so if we're comparing those two, there's fewer soccer injuries. So the number of soccer injuries is less than the number of football injuries. And if I had to approximate those numbers, it'd be 75,000 is less than 175,000. So there you have it. All they're doing here is looking to see whether you can read a graph and interpret it correctly. And thanks again for listening. This was a short one, so thank you so much. See you again.